My name is Jezeem. This is The Exchange, a true account of what happened in a financial firm in London in 2019. It involves money that disappeared, a woman who knew too much, and a system designed to protect the guilty. I am telling you this story because it illustrates how modern crime works. It's not dramatic, it's not violent, it's just math and silence and people looking the other way. Let me start with the numbers. In 2018, an investment bank in the city of London, I'll call it Sterling Holdings, managed approximately 40 billion pounds in client assets. 40 billion. The firm had 230 employees. Most of them were ordinary people doing ordinary jobs. But 3 people in the trading division were not ordinary. Their names were James, Michael, and Catherine. James was the senior trader. He'd been at the firm for 18 years. Michael was his deputy. Catherine was the compliance officer. This is important because Catherine's job was to catch people like James and Michael if they were doing something wrong. In March 2018, Catherine noticed something odd in the trading logs. Small transfers, nothing huge, nothing that would trigger an audit. But the pattern was wrong. Money was moving between accounts in ways that didn't match the client records. She asked James about it. He said it was a data entry error. He said Michael would fix it. Michael said the same thing. Catherine wasn't satisfied. She pulled the full transaction history, and what she found was simple and devastating. Over 18 months, James and Michael had been moving client money into shell accounts. Not all of it, just small amounts. 5,000 here, 10,000 there. Nothing that would be noticed individually. But when you add them up, it came to 14 million pounds. 14 million. They'd been stealing from clients, slowly, carefully, in a way designed to go unnoticed. Catherine did what she was supposed to do. She reported it to the firm's legal department. She expected them to call the police immediately. She expected arrests. She expected justice. Instead, she got a meeting with the managing director. He told her that the firm would handle it internally, that they would recover the money, that they would make it right with the clients, and that Catherine should not speak to anyone about this, not the police, not the regulators, not anyone. She asked why. He said because the firm's reputation was at stake. Because if this became public, clients would withdraw their money. Because the firm employed 230 people whose jobs depended on this staying quiet. Catherine said no. She said she was going to the police. The managing director said that would be a mistake. He said she should think about her career. He said he hoped she would make the right decision. That was the threat. Not explicit, but clear enough. Catherine went home. She thought about it. She had a daughter. She had a mortgage. She had worked at Sterling Holdings for 12 years. What would happen to her career if she went to the police? What would happen if the firm decided she was a problem? What would happen if she became unemployable? So she did what people in her position often do. She stayed quiet. She told herself that the firm would handle it, that the money would be recovered, that justice would be served without her having to do anything. Months went by. Nothing happened. The trades continued. More money disappeared. Catherine watched it happen. She knew exactly who was doing it and exactly why. And she said nothing. In November 2018, Catherine got an email from Michael. It was casual, friendly. He asked her to grab lunch. They went to a small restaurant near the office. Michael ordered wine. Then he said, "Thank you." Catherine asked him for what he said. For not going to the police. He smiled when he said it. Not a nice smile. A smile that said he knew exactly what she was thinking. He said, "The managing director told us you came to him. We appreciate your discretion." Then he said, "You made the right choice." Catherine realized in that moment that she wasn't protected anymore. She was complicit. By staying silent, she'd become part of it. Michael knew that. The firm knew that. And they could use it against her whenever they wanted. In January 2019, Catherine went to a lawyer. She told the lawyer everything. She said she wanted to report it to the police and she wanted protection. The lawyer told her that her best option was to make a deal with the firm, to testify in exchange for immunity and a settlement. Catherine agreed. The lawyer approached Sterling Holdings. The response was immediate. Sterling Holdings fired Catherine for cause. The stated reason was that she had breached confidentiality by speaking to a lawyer. They froze her bank accounts. They issued a cease and desist letter saying she could not discuss the firm, the trading, or the stolen money with anyone. They threatened to sue her for damages if she spoke publicly. Catherine's lawyer advised her that the cease and desist was probably unenforceable, but it didn't matter. Catherine had no money, she had no job, she had no ability to fight a legal battle against a £40 billion firm with unlimited resources. So she made a choice. She accepted a non-disclosure agreement. The firm paid her £300,000. In exchange, she agreed to never speak about what happened, never mention the names of James or Michael, never discuss Sterling Holdings by name, never go to the police. The money disappeared. The men involved were quietly transferred to other divisions. Catherine left London. She moved to the coast. She tried to disappear. But I found her, and after a year of conversations, she agreed to tell me this story, not because she wanted revenge, but because she wanted someone to know what happened, because she wanted the record to exist somewhere, because she believed that eventually the truth would matter. That was 5 years ago. Nothing has changed. Sterling Holdings still operates. James and Michael still work in finance. Catherine still lives quietly by the sea. The £14 million was never recovered. The clients were never told the full story. The police were never involved. There was no prosecution. There was no justice. There was just money and silence and people looking away. This is how modern crime works. It's not dramatic, it's not violent, it's just systematic theft protected by lawyers and settlements and non-disclosure agreements. It's a crime that leaves no bodies, a crime that harms no one you can see, a crime that is perfectly legal because the system that's supposed to punish it is the same system that benefits from it. Welcome to the modern world, where criminals don't go to prison, they just get transferred to a different office.